Shake my hand, everybody, and welcome to another video, or welcome to another 365 Trading Academy. And in today's video, I'll be looking at Euro Swiss franc. No, I've just done Euro Swiss franc. I'll be looking at USD CAD. I apologize. I'm looking at USD CAD for you. I'm really excited about this series where I'm doing these short-term analysis or short video format long wave analysis on these assets. Brain is a little bit fuzzy there. Don't forget to check out any of the links down below, especially the one to join us, join our academy, get institutional supply and demand, understand, empower yourself, so that you don't always need me. I love being around. I will always be around in some version, but also get the ability and skills to do this for yourself the correct way. Right, so without wasting any more time, USD CAD is the chart of the day, and I want us to kind of like dive in. So we're looking at the chart here from last year, 2023. Remember, and we've had a very good run with charts like this and the dollar and interest rates going up, and it seems like things are about to change or have changed or are changing, right? So yeah, I'm fine. I'm going to delete all this work that we've done last year and then start to re-prep the chart this year, re-prep the analysis. I'm just going to start again, see the chart for what it is, right? So I'm going to go to the 12 months chart because we've been really starting all these, all these assets on the 1 year calendar chart. One candlestick here represents 1 year. And this is what USD CAD looks like. Just a couple of things. Dollar, very sentimentally sensitive. Sometimes you get safe haven flows, and times like now, where the dollar wants to be thrown away by every single micro policy maker, every single reserve bank except for the US, and the dollar is being treated like it's useless, it'll drop. You also then have the CAD. CAD is also sentiment sensitive, specifically oil-based sentiment, right? Canadian dollar, Canadian economy, export economy. So oil and gold will affect this economy a lot. So these are very sensitive, sentiment sensitive assets put together, USD CAD. And we've got an interesting pattern on the year time frame, right? We've got this basing. Just look for yourself here. And then we get an explosion, right? Okay, cool. And then we get a retracement into a basin. Oh, okay, interesting. We get an explosion, right? And then we get a full-blown retrace to this area here. Wicks out a bit short. We create a new basin. We get an explosion. We create a new basin, right? And I'm assuming we might get a new explosion. Every time there is a major supply, major turning point supply, after the next leg of a basin like this, what normally happens is after that, price generally explodes here. But this is a 1 year chart, right? So look at this. Took 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Or now 9th year, 10th year. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 plus this. So now 8th year right now, basing sideways. Last time it took us bases about 3 years, sure, but 1, 2, 3, 4, 4 plus 3, 7 to explode to the upside. Here it took about 3. Here it took about 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Right. So we're very close to price deciding where to grow. If markets explode to the downside, that's going to be interesting, right? But it's not going to be like a crisis analysis, right? We're first going to have to deal with this before we can even talk about going that way. that way south, right? My money is on markets eventually one day exploding, to higher grounds, right? And so we can expect maybe 1 year of reaction here, 1 to 2 years of reaction to the supply there when markets get there. But ultimately, markets want to head on high. Unless if digital currencies and the rise of crypto and Bitcoin the next 5 to 10 years change everything about currencies and the use of currencies and the and global what we shall deal with that problem when we get there. Right, I'm going to focus on the immediate legs, right, and then start to draw some. The first valid zone that I see here is of January 2002, where markets kind of like created a first clear imbalance. This goes all the way back to the early 1970s, right? And then, like I said earlier on, we could acknowledge this as a supply, given it's could have given us a basic module one imbalance, and that imbalance is what validates the zone as a supply. Not all zones are supplies or demands. Not all turning points are supplies and demands. Not all different candlesticks that are counter trend are order blocks, right? This is where you get stop loss hits when you start to assume you don't have to study anything, you know the basics, and that's how price has always been, right? Until you have quantifiable backtest evidence, never ever make such a silly mistake in your trading journey, right? So I don't know why this won't fail. Okay, there we go. Right, so this is what we're looking at, right? We've got this massive demand and massive supply. This supply from the early 2000s, the dot-com boom crisis, and the demand from about 2012, 13. Right, and markets are rallying to what I would assume is the upside. And then we've got this zone here, right, that was created much more recently, probably out of another crisis, probably COVID. Yeah, there we go. January 2021 is here. So a year after COVID or a year. And this is a basin. So there's all the Januaries here. And this red candlestick here is 2021. And the sideways candlestick there is the COVID one. This is a bullish engulfing pattern that looks pretty valid to me. And it looks like it's been placed there as an interesting area of defense, right? You shall not pass. You shall not go any lower. And so this is going to be our first area to look out for. I am, however, interested to see if this demand is a PCP, that is a potential continuation pattern. To do that, I must look at my swing low and my highest swing high on the same market leg, right? So something like this. And that's my swing high, swing low contact point. And then after that, I can pull out my bullish engulfing Fibonacci, which would be a Fibonacci that I draw down up like that. Right, and you can see right there 0.38 clean potential continuation pattern, right? So prices are looking to move on ahead, move on in the very very long run, move along with trend, right? This is where price is today. This is the 3 months chart where we are right now, and we're wondering if 2023 is going to see more downward pressure so that price can actually make contact with this demand at a much more significant level right there. Right, and that's about 129,586. And I think we should leave it in the charts because then we can then start to see confluence with lower time frames. I'm going to move to my presidential chart, which is what I've done right there in front of you. You can see on my presidential chart, I have a 3 months chart there. I'm going to scroll the way back down to see if it's necessary. Right, markets have equal lows, or not the most equal, but definitely similar interested lows here that keep coming down, markets hitting something and markets going back up, right? So this has been a very good area for price to react to. This from this broken supply, markets keep banging and then going up. If I look any lower, then I'm going to have to talk about demands all the way down there. And right now, we are nowhere close to having that conversation. We're still talking about a bullish asset that seemingly wants to go to the upside. So I see a perfect support and resistance, traders paradise. Support and resistance traders paradise, where markets have been ranging nonstop since 2015, right? But if I tighten this area of value from the 1 month Don't forget, this line is what we drew on the 1 year, 12-month chart. This is just mapping out the continuous consolidation zones on this price. I'm going to move to the governing time frame. And now I can start to draw some interesting supplies that are at play or have been at play for the longest of times. Come on, come on. While we do this, don't forget to like the video. Let's let YouTube know we're back. Let's let YouTube know that real market education is back and it's going to be around until the second week of December. Not going anywhere. Let's let the markets know. Right, there we go. So we've got this supply at play here, and don't forget this is a very unique resistance area, this white line here, but it won't matter to us that much because markets moves up in a verified supply or demand really does go a long way most of the time, right? So this is markets there. But on the governing time frame, we are also then introduced to a new demand, another demand, and this demand is almost tapped out. Anything can happen. Price could explode to the upside or markets could break. Okay, so that's something that we need to keep in mind. Difference between monthly and a 3 months chart. Another demand inside the 3 months demand, right? So that's actually also going to cause us either options or problems. It really just depends on which side of the trend you're in at the time, right? So this is happening. Excuse me, I just don't want to see yellow at buy zones and green as sell zones. Makes me mad, right? Makes me go crazy. Chat OCD. Right, so fantastic. This is what we have now. So I have to make an assessment now. Is it time to buy here all the way down there in this tapped out area? And the answer for that is this demand is so bled out. Number one. Number two, very much in close proximity twice now with the supply that this could be like a suicide bomber type of area of value, a demand that is willing to sacrifice itself to be broken but still you be used to weaken price no matter what, used to push price up to reduce those sell orders. If we go to the weekly time frame, there's really not much any adjustment I've done so far to those supplies. Excuse me, sorry about that. And on the other side here, I'm looking left now to see what the weekly supply zones look like. On the weekly side, prices to climb all the way up to there on the weekly side. I don't know if this is there. Right? So price is reacting to supply, but doesn't really create anything of significance. Okay. So markets actually have to kind of like decide if they're going to remove this weekly monthly supply. If I look at the buy area that we're talking about on the 1 month time frame, this is literally what that area looks like. So I want to reduce all of this stuff and add a few things to look like that. Right? And you could draw another zone here on this bullish coverage pattern, but it's really unnecessary since prices arrived. Now, ever since price started dropping from the supply, logically, it makes sense for it to be creating supply upon supply along the way down so that it is not challenged. Sorry about that noise on the mic there. So that it is not necessarily challenged, right? So that's where markets are. Markets are sitting on a weekly demand, sure, but they're going against, the last thread of this monthly supplies, right? They're going against a thread of monthly supplies, and anything goes here. This could stop price on the weekly time frame. This could stop price on the monthly time frame. And this is supposed to be yellow, right? Yellow is for supply. So please note that I'm giving you guys some caution. Yes, weekly demands, blah, blah, blah. But just know that leaving a governing supply, there are a lot of sell or orders that have been put there. And we're going to need the banks to upload those sales. Because if they don't, Because they don't offload them and they leave them as they are, this is going to push price down. I repeat, this is going to push price down, right? There's our flag pattern that I taught you guys in a different video, right? Complicated 365 candles. If you draw a Fibonacci, you'll know why it turned there. Price is going down. Something video, and I do something like this. Now I have a daily supply inside a weekly supply, a very valid daily supply nonetheless. And if price is to distribute very nicely here, this might be even a good selling place, right? So this is a very divided chart. If this breaks, then price is gonna sell there. When price sells there, they're gonna sell somewhere else. They're gonna keep selling it in different ways up until the trend to go down is over. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. I hope it was peace.